Thank you, Stéphane. I'm going to speak in French because I don't have the same emotion in English. 4 launches, 4 successes. That's the grand slam, as they say in tennis. It's a great start. And as Stéphane has just said, that's 4 launches to completely different orbits. This demonstrates not only the capability of the launcher, but also its tremendous flexibility. The capability and the flexibility of the youngest member of the launcher family, together with its big brother, Ariane. A newcomer to the family, perhaps, but it's starting to gain quite a reputation. A very gifted child, shall we say. And I'm sure that the technical successes that we have just seen will lead to commercial successes. And Stéphane has in fact confirmed this. I think that the future for Vega is bound to be good. And to demonstrate our confidence in Vega, ESA will be using it twice again this year. There will be the Sentinel-2A launch and LISA Pathfinder launcher as well, again for 2 totally different orbits. Sentinel-2A will go up to polar orbit, and LISA Pathfinder up to the Lagrange point number 1. The Vega mission is finished. I won't say anything about the other part of the mission. And I'd like to thank all of those who contributed to this 4th success. Obviously, the member states, the participating states in Vega, under the leadership of Italy, but with tremendous support from the other participating states as well. Thanks also to all of the member states, which, as I've already said, fund 2/3 of the fixed cost of the space base, which makes it quite a unique place in the world. And this is something that the world envies. We'd also like to thank industry, European industry, led by ELV. Every time there's a launch, you demonstrate your expertise and competitiveness. So well done. Thanks also to Arianespace, of course. We cooperate with them in order to bring about this transition that I was referring to earlier, moving from the childhood of Vega, going through the operational period. It's difficult. We've seen this with other launches as well. But the transition is something that ESA and Arianespace are trying to secure together. Thanks also to the CNES, CSG, and particularly the CSG. This launch base, and again I said it earlier on, is unique in the world. We're the envy of the world. It's not only unique because of its geographical location, but it's also unique because of the expertise and competence found here. Whether we're talking about industries from Europe, but also the local industries and companies. And I think this is what contributes to the uniqueness of this space base. And my thanks also go to my ESA colleagues, as usual. And my thoughts are particularly, with great respect, addressed to Antonio. What is most reassuring with this success, and this is something that I see whenever I go and take a look at the launcher and the launch base, what is actually particularly positive with Vega is that this program has made it possible for us to bring up a new generation of engineers. They're all young, unlike me. These young engineers, whether they're from ESA, CNES, Arianespace, or industry, show skills and expertise, and that is great news. It's great news because we're about to start on the development of Ariane 6. The DNA for Ariane 6 is a mix of the Vega and Ariane 5 ADN. I won't say which is father, which is mother, but anyhow, the ADN comes from both. The fact that Vega has done this, has introduced a new generation of engineers, is extremely encouraging for the future of Ariane 6. So that's the end of the Vega mission. And now the IXV mission has just begun. It'll be followed by the different control centers, Altec in Turin and ESOC in Darmstadt. And now I'm going to join my colleagues, if you don't mind, and I'll see you all later. Thank you.
Monsieur le représentant du préfet.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I address myself also to the President of the Italian Space Agency, Jean-Jacques, Director General of the European Space Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, this is quite a day for us. Congratulations to all who, in whatever way, have contributed to this morning's success. It's the first launch of the year from the CSG. For the very first time here in French Guiana, we've seen a launcher go up carrying an innovative re-entry vehicle. We have to underline the tremendous performance of the IXV project. The mission is continuing, but already we can say that the project is opening the future to new technologies. It has ambitious research objectives, such as validation of aerodynamic and thermal fluxes that are very difficult to predict, thermal protection of a new generation that are going to be tested out, and they will accompany future generation launches, and also the implementation of an advanced automatic guidance system that will make it possible to come back to Earth at hypersonic speeds. Now, I have some pilot friends in the room, and that amuses them. But I have to say that I hope that the launches of the future will come to light here at the CSG. So congratulations particularly to the ESA and TAS project teams for having developed this vehicle, IXV. It's a true scientific spacecraft serving technological progress in Europe. Around about 10 years ago, and I can remember this in my previous job, I remember colleagues from CNES and from ESA who were ardently and vehemently defending their vision of research 10 years down the road. They'd already thought of IXV. There were centers involved in research on future launches, and they were thinking about this. And now we've seen that it's become reality and shows tremendous technological prowess. So we impatiently and keenly await the re-entry in the next hour, and I do hope that the data that will be gathered will be rich, because on the basis of this, it'll be possible to go ahead with the research and scientific work that is going to be extremely positive and encouraging for future launches. This launch is a tremendous success, as Jean-Jacques was saying, and Stéphane as well. It's a Vega success. This is the fourth Vega flight, and it confirms that it's totally reliable. And I once again would like to say that the implementation of it is remarkably simple. It's something we've seen every day. On behalf of CNES, I'd also like to congratulate the ESA launcher teams, those of Arianespace and industry, who've been working under the leadership of ELV. Congratulations for this success. This launch is the summum of a lengthy campaign during which we demonstrated the maturity of this launch system. Congratulations to the teams for their tremendous expertise shown up during the campaign operations. Vega was developed by ESA, and it has given Europe a high level of reliability, performance, and accuracy. Once again, it is a good example of Franco-Italian cooperation, and it shows that there's a common resolve to move ahead for Space Europe. And it's not just launchers we're talking about here, but orbital systems as well. And we've already seen, for instance, satellites that have evolved from this cooperation. We've seen them being launched from here. We can also say it's a success for the launch range. This fourth launch was particularly innovative. It was the first Vega to the east and the first Vega launch with Vega carrying a suborbital vehicle. Now, for this launch, it was necessary to use a new relay station at Saint-Georges-de-l'Oyapock, a maritime telemetry station as well. And you've already seen how important telemetry is, because we had to repeat further tests just before the launch, and that caused a few minutes delay. We've also tested a fourth radar, which comes in addition to what the other facilities we have. And all of these innovations require tremendous preparation in order to contribute to guaranteeing the success of the mission. The CSG teams have been working hard on this, and they've shown themselves to be up to the task. Congratulations to everybody. Industries here, our CNES teams, the Ground Subdirectorate of the DLA as well, for their skills and competence, and also the tremendous commitment they've shown and ability to adapt to difficult situations and ability to solve all of the problems. I'd also like to thank those who were dealing with the range safety aspects for this launch. It was particularly tricky. It took a long time and it was difficult. Thanks and congratulations to ELV, Arianespace, ESA, CNES, everyone who's been involved in all of this. The men and women who deployed all of their efforts in order to guarantee a totally safe launch. Safety is our priority, and there will never be any concessions on this, as you know. Security, safety, it's one of the priority aspects of our activity, of our competitiveness. The brand image of the CSG is that we are a safe launch base, and we're determined to preserve this. The safety of our base is also something that we need to thank our state partners for. So I'd like to thank the prefect and the police and armed forces who are constantly ensuring the protection of the base, and particularly in the current climate. So today's success is everyone's success. It's the first launch of the year, and we know that the future challenges will be large in number. We've got a hefty launch program, and we'll have the arrival of Ariane 6. As we look towards this, I'd like to say once again that CNES is fully committed to French Guiana, and I'd like to say that we are committed to working for ESA and the member states of ESA. We are determined, and we work on the basis of sound alliances, such as that between the space sector and French Guiana. And I'd like to thank the local representatives of French Guiana for having voiced their support, and this is particularly precious to us. And as Stéphane did, I'd also like to thank the municipality of Kourou for having taken on the presidency of the CVA for the year 2015. Many thanks for your attention.
Okay, so this is the end of the Arianespace mission for VV04. So just to let you know that we will be back in CSG at the end of March the 27th, for another key European mission. It will be for Galileo. It will be with Soyuz, and we will have a third mission for Italy and France with Cicral in April the 15th. So the European years goes on here from CSG. Now the video transmission will be resuming in less than 40 minutes. And if I have counted well, we should have the end of the mission at noon 20. So thank you very much, and let's be concentrated for the last part of the mission, the IXV part. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
We're going to go to some shots again of the replay of the launch. The reason for the speeches is that the first part of the mission of our broadcast is coming to a close. So you heard both from Stéphane Israël and Jean-Jacques Dordain. Here's the replay from another angle. You want to say something about the satellite?
Yes, I can confirm that we have received signals from Libreville and Malindi that all the parameters are nominal. The spacecraft is ready to start the reentry mission, which will be in about half an hour when we reach 120 kilometers altitude again.
So all is well?
All is well.
And you're a happy man?
Yes.
Okay. We should be going to shots of Turin also, and we may also finish the film on the boat, Nos Aires, and then we will probably be back to say a temporary goodbye.